Welcome to Local Gov Strategy TV. Today I've got with me Antoinette Jackson, who is the Chief Executive of Cambridge City Council. Welcome, Antoinette.
Great to be here.
Could you tell me what challenges that you're facing in Cambridge at the moment and how you're dealing with those?
Well, our biggest challenges at the moment are challenges of economic success. Cambridge has a very vibrant economy. It's the centre of Silicon Fen, the Cambridge economy, so high-tech, biotech businesses, and that's great because the economy needs growth, but with that comes pressure on local infrastructure and particularly housing. So we've got real issues about affordable housing in the city. The average house price is now £340,000, 9 times the average income in the city. We've got over 8,000 people on our housing waiting list. So over the last number of years, we've been working very hard with partners to bring forward housing growth in the city. We're unusual in that we're a sub-region that's pro-growth, so we're actively welcoming new housing being built, and that's our big challenge, is getting that housing built in new communities that are going to add to the beautiful city we've already got.
What's your long-term goals for Cambridge and what's your vision for the future, and how do you balance that against the short-term pressures?
I think our long-term vision is to grow the city in a way that creates good, sustainable neighbourhoods, that the city reduces its carbon footprint as much as possible. It's a strong theme for the council. We want to have a city where residents feel engaged and involved in decision making. So as we're making cuts, we want to be consultative and engaging, encouraging local residents to get involved in delivering services where there's the capacity to do that. And it's trying to, one of the things I'm going to talk about in my presentation a bit later on this morning is about keeping that focus on the things that we've only got one chance to get right. So with the housing growth and how we design those new communities, if we don't get that right, then that leaves a poor legacy for the city for the future. So if we can get those neighbourhoods right, if we can get them with well-designed, good community facilities built in from the outset, that puts us in a stronger place going forward.
And you've got arguably the strongest technology sector anywhere in the country. How do you engage with the companies that are there locally, and how do you partner with them for the benefit of Cambridge citizens?
There's a lot of partnership work going on between the university and local businesses, and we tap into that as well. I mean, it's a fantastic city to live in because of the scale of innovation that's going on. So the latest Centres for Cities report looked at the number of patents that were registered in 2010, and Cambridge had as many patents registered in 1 year as the next 3 cities combined. So it gives you an idea of the hotbed of innovation that there is there. And we're doing work, for example, on things like district heating power systems, renewable energy, how we can tap into some of the innovation that's going on at the university. Sometimes it's at a very developmental stage and it's not ready to come to market, as it were, but it's looking at where the thinking's going and just having the opportunity to engage with world-class thinkers on what they're researching and where they see things going is a real privilege.
Local government is traditionally slow to embrace innovation and to take that kind of approach. Do you think because of the huge innovation that's going on within the commercial sector in Cambridge, that helps you to embrace innovation and move at a faster pace than some other authorities? It
does, but I think there's some tensions in Cambridge as well, because you can talk to high-tech businesses who are talking about the innovation, the workforce they need, but we've also got a population, and some of that's in the businesses themselves, who like the historic core and want to keep Cambridge special. So one of the reasons the cluster has grown so well in Cambridge has been about the quality of life in Cambridge as well. So whilst there's innovations going on, they are also keen, as many other communities, to keep what's special about the city as well. So one of our big challenges is bridging that tension, and we're about to go out and consult on options for our new local plan, and the key questions there is how many jobs should we be trying to create locally, how many more houses should we be building, should we be taking further land out of the green belt? And they're quite thorny issues about getting that balance right.
Would you describe Cambridge as an innovative council?
I think we're getting more innovative. I think we've been quite traditional in the past, and we're having to look in different ways, and I think it is about one of the cultural changes I'm trying to support in the organisation is unleashing some of the creativity I know that's there, but it hasn't necessarily come to the fore, and getting staff to think in a wider way, and trying to make the links with the university and the business sector, just to open people's ideas to the innovation that is out there, as a way of priming them to think in different ways.